since I discovered Werewolf the Apocalypse, I've loved the idea of werewolves actually being the good guys, not just these mindless, violent creatures that rip people apart. And in this video today, I'm going to talk about a one-shot that I've been sent that I think will allow me to put werewolves into a ShadowDark campaign, and I can then go either way with them. I can allow them to be traitorous, murderous, rage machines, or depending on how the players react, you could actually have an alliance tribe of werewolves. Okay, so before I get into that, let me just show you where you can pick up this sort of one-shot adventure. So here we have the Cursed Place. So it's exclusively for ShadowDark, and it's created by Old Troll Gaming Whole. Currently only available as a PDF, and it's what £2.19. So probably about $3, something like that. Say 10-page one shot, so it's a little bit on the small side. However, it's a great leaping off point, I think, for say adding werewolves to your campaign, maybe introducing the chance for lycanthropy in the campaign for players to not only contract it, but try and sort of establish, or you can go murder hobo utterly with the werewolves. A lot of it's going to come down to player reactions and how they react, but the adventure itself as a one-shot is absolutely brilliant. So if you are going to pick this up, please do consider using my affiliate link. I did not pay for this, in all honesty. Terry sent this to me. Apologies, Terry. He actually sent it to me about 3 months ago, and somehow I just didn't download it, hence the reason it's never appeared anywhere in any of my schedules or weekly updates. And I was just looking through sort of Facebook Messenger last night, and I noticed this, and I was like, actually, thought I'd give it a quick read. It's a quick read. It's 10 pages. It was an incredibly quick read, and I love this. I really love this. There is going to be spoilers when I get into the adventure, because there's only 10 pages, so it's going to be almost impossible to avoid spoilers. So if you're a player, please just go away politely. If you're a games master, this is for you. I do think, well, because of the way it's written, it's very easy to insert this into any existing campaign, and I'm looking forward to running this. The downside is the players are going to need to be about 4th level to survive this, because the adventure is a little bit harder, as you'd imagine. But if you want to run this as a one-shot, it's 10 pages, not going to take you long to sort of set up. Does include maps as well, so once they get into the darkness area, we've got a couple of maps in here that you could easily adjust and then put onto a VTT or sort of design out for the players. But one of the beauties of ShadowDark, I've recently discovered running, I can't remember the name of the adventure, and I ran a one-shot of a 6th level adventure. Recently did a video for it. Why can't I remember it? So annoying. And it took round about 3 more minutes extra. Equipment, again, is still the slow bit, but from going to 1st to 6th level, you're just having a few extra hit points and a few random talents. That's pretty it, and the players are ready to go. So you could do this as a one-shot or insert it into an existing campaign. So I would say it's written here by Terry Wisent. I think that's how it's pronounced. Apologies if that isn't correct, and by oldtrollgamingwhole.com. Okay, and it says here, this is ideal for running as a one-shot. Let the players know in advance they're going to get up to 4th level. So here we go, full on. Well, not full on spoilers, because I still like. Well, actually, the way this is written, it's quite ambiguous as to what you can do as a games master, because it gives you a guideline of an adventure one-shot setting, but there's still an awful lot of freedom. But the essence of the story is the werewolf tribe, the leader, a year odd ago, went into a cursed cave and has never come back. So we've now got a new, not quite alpha, that wants to become the alpha, and he's thought of a plan to get there. So, because what he needs to do is prove that the existing alpha is dead. So what he's going to do is he's going to contact the players. So this is where one of my favourite werewolf stories is Dog Soldiers. I don't know if you've ever watched it. It's a Sean Pertwee film from 2002, and it's kind of got that vibe and that start to this. So the players, unbeknownst to them, are travelling through some tribal lands of werewolves, and was it Gut Splash, isn't it? I think is the new leader, new potential leader. He basically he's gone, do you know what? I can use these humans to go and do what I need them to do. He needs them basically to go into a cave, a cursed cave for werewolves. We'll come on to why it's cursed, and it's a brilliant reason for the curse. And they're going to ask the players to go in there and to search it to go and find out what happened to the leader so he can become the leader. That's the plot, because basically the players are sat round at night in a campfire, wherever it may be, and around about 10, 15 werewolves turn up and then offer them the chance of retribution for being in their lands, you know, and they can have safe passage if they do what they've asked to do. So this is where you're going to hopefully get good werewolves versus bad werewolves, okay? Because obviously if the player characters go, do you know what, we don't want to die, we don't want to fight the werewolves, then they will go off and do the adventure. It's about 8 hours away, and then they'll go into the cave. I'll come on to the cave in a second. What might happen, though, is the players might actually start to attack the werewolves, in which case you've got a different type of encounter. Well, it's going to be quite short, because the players are probably going to die, and you should frame it that way. But I'm not one for a railroad. If that's the way the players want to take this, then that's what's going to happen, okay? Potentially, well, they might win, or they might be rolling up new characters. But let's say they take the advice of the werewolf and then they go out to the cave. So when they get into the cave, all they've got to do is find a body. That's it. That's the mission. Okay, so, but one reason the cave is cursed, because no werewolf has ever come out, and this is brilliant, is the fact that this was a historical silver mine. Werewolves don't like silver. They tend to bounce off silver and lose supernatural abilities, or they hit with silver and they don't tend to be able to heal very well, or if not at all. So I just like the fact that it's got this little twist, and the werewolves don't know. They also don't know that there is some ogres and some trolls that are within the cave. So the players are going to go into the cave, silver mine. They're going to see, actually I'll show you the map here. So they're going to see these veins of silver as well, which is, so it's a completely dark map. I'm not a massive fan of colour on maps, because it doesn't sort of translate very well in it for me, if that makes sense. I kind of always think leave them black and white. It's a beautiful looking map, but I kind of think, just leave it simple. But within the mine itself, we've got these silver veins here that go around, and then it's got an idea of location. So we've got some dire wolves in here, ogres, 2 ogres, another ogre, a troll hole, which is where the troll lives, and then the remains of the old leader are here on a spiked stalagmite. They're the ones that go up, aren't they? And the body's spiked in there. So all they got to do is go in there and then pull the body back, and you're done. And that, in essence, is this wonderful 10-page adventure. We've got all the stats that you're going to need for the dire wolves, the ogre itself, the troll boss, and then 2 different stats here for werewolves. And then the afterword, obviously at the end of it, assuming they survive, it does talk then about, do the werewolves become their friends? Do they then, or Judas them and, take the necklace from the old leader and try to murder them? Does another werewolf tribe or another person that wants to be alpha intercept them first? I really like the idea. This is me personally, said it from outset. I like the idea of them actually forming a bond and having this loyalty, and you can just build further adventures and encounters alongside actually werewolves being some good guys for a change. Going back into the mine hazards, so one thing it talks about is obviously trolls and ogres attacking the light as per the ShadowDark rules on page 110. Okay, so I've got a few little niggles with this. I say I'm not a massive fan of the map. I'd say, me personally, keep it clean, keep it nice and clear, because on this map you can't really tell where the stalagmites are. It's only when you get into the slightly bigger one and the gridded map, which is obviously considerably better. It does talk about you can put the creatures wherever you want, but one thing it doesn't have, I don't think it needs a random sort of rumours table, but it does say, if you're going to want some random encounters, and I think you need random encounters, I think, because it makes it a little bit more dangerous. I would have loved to have seen a random encounter table in here that's actually themed for the cave, because obviously if you're using the standard random encounter table for caves, as it recommends, why would some of the creatures be in a cave that has trolls and you know, ogres and things like that, and dire wolves? So that's my only wiggle, because as a games master, you've got everything you need in here for 10 page. You know, in the 10 pages, you've got all the stats for the creatures. You've got 2 different stats for werewolves as well. There is a werewolf champion within the stat line, which I didn't notice on my first read, because I was like, if you're going to have werewolves, potentially there's going to be a fight. Let's have some stats for the leader. The leader champion is in there. All the stats for all the creatures you need, other than the fact there's no random table. That is my minor criticism. And it's on sale now. So I think, you know, maybe at £3 for 10 pages. The artwork, you know, some obviously the map work and stuff is probably the more cost. I don't know. I don't know about value for money. But see, because I was obviously sent this, if I bought this, it still wouldn't bother me, because for what's that, say $3, I think you're getting at least 1 to 2 evenings of entertainment out of this, and then a chance just to bridge off. So you can either make the werewolves their friends, make them their enemies. It's the freedom for a games master and a player is well, it's not infinite, is it? Because there's only a few things. But I do like the fact that I think there will be other games masters that will go, do you know what, I actually wanted this more linear, a little bit more structured. It has got a structure for, you know, where certain creatures will be and how they're going to react and things like that in the cave. But if you're going to want to add a little bit more of random elements, you know, it doesn't say whether, you know, safe, unsafe and things like that. But obviously, you know, the cave is completely in the dark. But that is, you know, well, let's just say I will be adding this to an adventure at some stage. In a while, because my ShadowDark players tend to watch my videos. Hopefully, by pre-warning them not to watch this one, they won't, because I really enjoy werewolves. This was a great read for me. Thank you, Terry, for sending it me. Looking forward to see what else you've got, because you know the base for the adventure is absolutely brilliant. I love the fact werewolves scared of the cave, nothing comes back, and it's simple and basic as a silver mine. So if you are going to pick this up, please do consider using my affiliate link. As much as I didn't pay for this, whatever money is created off my affiliate link goes back in for me to buy other things on the channel, so I can support other creators to do videos on their great work as well. For everyone that is using it, thank you so much for using my affiliate link. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.